All right, what's now obvious and so transparent is that the abusively biased press, they've now declared war on President Trump. And by the way, in turn, you, the American people who put him in office.
Despite all their lies, misrepresentations, and false stories, they could not defeat us in the primaries, and they could not defeat us in the general election. And we will continue to expose them for what they are. And most importantly, we will continue to win, win, win. We are not going to let the fake news tell us what to do, how to live, or what to believe. We are free and independent people, and we will make our own choices.
So the alt-left propaganda media and their response so pathetically predictable. Let's take a sneak look.
Trump's attacks on the American press are more treacherous. Enemy of the people, that phrase means, as used by dictators and authoritarians, including Stalin, including Hitler, and I'm not about to say anything about comparing Hitler and Trump. I'm not about to say anything about comparing Hitler and Trump.
Dude, these people are insane.
And you pump them up, and it starts to become a call to action.
You guys are carrying this too far. Will you please stop acting this way?
A free press, it's a big part of what makes America great.
America may have some problems, but it's our home, our team. And if you don't want to root for your team, then you should get the hell out of the stadium. Yeah. Go America.
Rampant collusion between the press and the Clinton campaign. They had a stake in this election. And of course, they were one-sided, abusively so. Our suspicions have now been confirmed. All these left-wing news outlets, they thought they'd be able to stop Donald Trump from becoming president.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
So instead of admitting they were wrong, these media outlets, they have now doubled down on their attacks against President Trump.
You have to stop what you're doing.
Now let me explain. Let me give a little history lesson. Remember back in 2007, 2008, the media didn't want to report on Barack Obama's radical associations. The media never vetted President Barack Obama and his radical, ideological left-wing agenda. And if it was Donald Trump, you know it would be different. The media didn't want to report on Barack Obama's radical associations.
It's payback time!
Then Obama became president. All right, he's in there 8 years. The media didn't go anywhere near his real record on the economy. We were not afraid on this show to give you the real numbers. For example, millions more out of the labor force, millions more living in poverty, millions more on food stamps, and Obama accumulated more debt than every other president before him combined. When President Trump talks about inheriting a mess, those numbers are the ones he's referring to. And then there's Hillary Clinton.
Let me handle this, okay? I've got nets, night vision goggles. But she's a runner, a dart gun.
They exposed just how in bed the media was with her. Just take a look at all the media outlets. And on election night, remember after Donald Trump won, it was like a funeral.
Sounds like you just need some closure and maybe some professional help.
At every one of these networks.
They're the ones we should be banning.
Really? A white lash? I guess everybody that voted for Trump is racist?
If I want comedy, I'll watch CNN.
That is how abusively biased the media in this country is.
This is crazy!
So here's where we are today. Has this abusively biased media changed? Have they learned anything? Have they apologized for their collusion, their misreporting?
Hitler and Trump.
No!
Absolutely not. And worse, you look at what they're doing now. They're ignoring President Trump's accomplishments for 30 days. Now, they're never going to tell you, the American people, the truth.
Because the media is a joke.
They won't report that Trump has ordered federal agencies to ease the burden of Obamacare and seeks to repeal and replace Obamacare, that he took action to freeze new and pending regulations. He withdrew the U.S. from TPP like he promised. He instituted a government hiring freeze. He banned literally, some countries from getting funds that provide abortions abroad. issued 5 executive actions advancing Keystone and the Dakota Access pipelines, which, by the way, will create jobs and lead to energy independence. And also he issued actions on construction of a border wall, stripping money from sanctuary cities, all promises, issued executive actions on extreme vetting. He'll win that eventually. Also issued executive action on rebuilding the military. He issued executive action to draft a plan to defeat ISIS, which should probably be in his hands today or tomorrow. He instituted a 5-year lobbying ban for administration officials so he can drain the swamp. He nominated an originalist to the Supreme Court, Neil Gorsuch. He signed a House Joint Resolution, number 38, to help the coal industry get back into business, sanctioned Iran over their ballistic missile program, negotiated lower prices on F-35 fighter jets and Air Force One with companies like Intel, with Boeing and others. Then, of course, he met with Intel, Ford, General Motors, Fiat Chrysler, and all these other companies to incentivize them to come back into America and build jobs here. And, of course, his economic plan will also help with that. He signed executive orders to protect police officers that are under fire. He signed executive orders to target drug cartels. He launched a council for the advancement of women entrepreneurs. He called or met with over 30 foreign leaders so far. And Trump made a big announcement today by appointing Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster to be the new National Security Advisor. Is anybody in the press focused on any of this?
No!
They'd rather spend their days going after the president for a comment he makes about Sweden, which, by the way, he was right about.
That is true. That is true. That is true. True.
And the media is perfectly willing to continue to mislead and lie to you, the American people. It's so clear.
You have to stop what you're doing.
They are collectively, the news media, at war with the president because their little egos are bruised and they have been exposed.
Sounds like you just need some closure and maybe some professional help.
And they're waging this battle by focusing in on superfluous, non-important issues.
You've been watching CNN for about 8 weeks now. Don't you want to watch something else?
Citing unnamed sources, and the press has called this president every name in the book. Are they inciting violence by calling him racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic, a sexist, a liar, even a dictator?
Dude, these people are insane.
The mainstream media's audience, their viewers, listeners, readers, they are not you, the American people.
Go America.
It's not the oceans of red in the middle of the country. See the little slivers of blue, coastal elites? Well, that's who the media is catering to. Out-of-touch liberals know nothing about you, nothing about your problems, don't seem to care about the millions more in poverty on food stamps and out of work, the people that are struggling, because they're trapped, overpaid, lazy in their bubbles.
What is this place?
This is Imagination Land. It's where all the wonderful and goofy things that humans have made up over the years live together.
And seem to care less about the plight of the average, hardworking, blue-collar Americans that make this country great.
Go America.
That's why they didn't think that Donald Trump could win. It's why they can't, for the life of them, understand why he is connecting with the American people. And the American people are so happy that he's taking this corrupt, Pravda-like media on every day.
That is true.
Because you got an all-left propaganda media. They have proven they can never be trusted.
That is true.
They lie, they mislead.
That is true.
They distort.
That is true.
And they have an agenda.
That is true.
A left-wing radical agenda.
That is true.
That's why they were colluding with Hillary. In reality,
dude, these people are insane.
This is gross malpractice because what they're doing to you, the American people, is a great disservice. They should be ashamed of themselves.
This is inappropriate.
This is exactly why the president calls them fake news, because you cannot trust them any longer.
All of it began the first time some of you who know better and are old enough to know better let young people think that they had the right to choose the laws they would obey as long as they were doing it in the name of social protest.